While at the UN on Tuesday, President Trump called out the General Assembly for focusing on climate change.
This climate change, it's the greatest con job ever perpetrated on the world, in my opinion. The primary effect of these brutal green energy policies has not been to help the environment, but to redistribute manufacturing and industrial activity from developed countries that follow the insane rules that are put down to polluting countries that break the rules and are making a fortune. They're making a fortune.
Let's bring in EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin. Lee, I can't believe just years when everybody would say climate change was a third rail. Don't bring it up. The president says it is a hoax. It is a con job. Where do you fall on this?
The president is absolutely right. And we've seen it in the name of climate change, these left-wing policies willing to cause extreme economic pain for people who can least afford it. We've seen in the name of climate justice grants to $50 million to Climate Justice Alliance. They say that climate justice runs through a free Palestine. In the name of environmental justice, they will have tens of billions of dollars go to their well-connected left-wing former Obama and Biden officials and Democratic donors rather than directly towards environmental remediation, and they're willing to suffocate out entire sectors of our energy economy. And that caused the loss of jobs, higher energy costs. So President Trump is absolutely right. It's something that, with eyes wide open, the Trump mandate is being implemented all year long at the Trump EPA and across the Trump administration. And the rest of the world is taking notice because they're having some of the same problems in their own country.
Right. I just saw, too, some developing countries need food, they need education, they need infrastructure. They ask for wealthier countries, and all they hear back outside the U.S. is, let's do things to make the climate better. And they welcome the president's message of, let's get practical. Here's Hillary Clinton. Believe it or not, she doesn't agree with you.
You know, yesterday at the UN, President Trump said, climate change is a hoax, because it's just total disinformation. It's it's a statement that is just not true, and yet being propagated.
So you want to take her on?
Yeah, I mean, it's Hillary Clinton's friends, the Democratic Party's friends, that are getting rewarded with the tens of billions of dollars of U.S. taxpayer money, hard-earned tax dollars that were getting wasted for years. The so-called Inflation Reduction Act, when Democrats had one-party rule, they were giving money to these pass-through environmental NGOs, right, in some cases going through other pass-throughs, They're all taking their cut. And this is all just a massive con job that the president has shut down.
You have told me, by the way, we spent $300 billion aimed at annual spending goal of climate change per year. You've told me, too, hey, we want to be responsible. You're for renewables. Are you concerned that we might be losing the electric car race as well as the solar panel race to China? We might have lost that already. Does that worry you? That's clean, they say, even though you've got to plug it in somewhere.
We need more baseload power, and there are hundreds of billions of dollars of subsidies, if you want to be honest with the economics, that get sent towards wind and solar, the electric vehicle mandates that attack consumer choice. There is a heavy reliance on nations like China to be able to supply all of these different products. And oftentimes when the economics are discussed on wind and solar, they often don't talk about the costs of the battery storage, not just on the economics, but the environmental impacts, the cost and impacts of the lithium ion battery fires, the unpreparedness for local fire departments. In New York right now, they're trying to get thousands of these built next to residences, schools, hospitals, and a lot of concerned New Yorkers, like other states, they're speaking out against it. The common sense reality they want to see applied to environmental policy.
Destroy the economies in order to subscribe to this green religion. And I just saw they just shut down a solar city that was built in 2014 in the Mojave Desert because it was totally ineffective. So that's not going to happen under the Zeldin regime. Lee, thanks so much.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.